Oh, hello everyone. This is Sharonda, and this is my YouTube channel and podcast, Magic Mind Medium. All right, so today's Wednesday. We're going to proceed with the Ancestral Past Life reading. Um, so I'd like to start off by saying that this YouTube channel and podcast is for entertainment, informational, and sometimes educational purposes. So if you are new to the channel, I do have a weekly schedule. So in this particular podcast and YouTube channel, I discuss things involving occultism, paranormal, supernatural, natural, inexplicable events that may have occurred in your life. I give my spiritual sense as to what I feel those things are, because I've had some things that happened in my 45 years that I considered to be inexplicable. Um, so I bring up the biblical text. However, this is not a biblical nor religious podcast. I use it for a reference. I also do what I refer to as spiritual readings, which are essentially tarot oracle messages, all right, by way of the tarot card. And so we're going to proceed with today's tarot, which is the Ancestral Past Life Oracle reading. We're also going to tap into generational curses, hexes, jinxes, spells, hoodoo, voodoo, touch a little bit on that. Um, so my weekly schedule, on Sundays, I do my spiritual subjects where I speak on topics involving occultism, religious belief systems, and practices. On Mondays, I do a 10 card Celtic cross. Tuesdays, I do the zodiac. Wednesdays, I do the ancestral past life readings. Thursdays, I do what I refer to as light and dark or illumination and revelation readings. Fridays, I do and the illumination revelation readings also discuss whether you're under a spell, hence jinx, curse. I'm sorry, I can't talk. I'm thinking faster than what I'm speaking, so do bear with me. Um, so that is on Thursdays. On Fridays, I do what I refer to as love readings, which again, if you feel as though you are under a love spell or have been bewitched, um, or what have you. And what is it to be under a love spell or to be bewitched? So we discussed that on Fridays. On Saturdays, I do what I refer to as a chakra energy cleansing reading, which pretty much I go over one of the seven chakras each week. And the chakras are the energy fields within the body, beginning with the crown all the way down to the root or sacral chakra. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. So I am starting out the ancestral past life reading with my Egyptian tarot card. And the spread that I'm going to use is referred to as the Shin. All right. So this spread comprises of 15 cards. You have 12 cards, which are in like the shape of like an eye, and then the three additional cards. As I mentioned on last week, I am not going to refer to the guide for the interpretation of the 12 cards. I will refer to the guide for the interpretation of the three cards, additional cards. You have 12 in the eye, and then you have the three additional. I'll be referring to my cheat sheet for the 12 and then the guide for the three. But I will be referring to the guide in relation to what 1 through 12 represents in regards to the card. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to proceed to turn the cards over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. So this starting off the reading, this card has more wands than anything. And what does wands represent? Well, let me get my guide here. So wands represents relates to willpower and life force, passion, creativity, ego, and personality. So just starting off the bat, whoever this reading resonates with or applies to, there's a lot in regards to life that I'm showing right now. All right. Um, so the first card I get is the Queen of Wands. Again, we're going to refer to the cheat sheet. A feisty person, confidence and self-assurance is what I have indicated here for card one. Now, card one corresponds to whoever the reading is being done on character and basic personality, as well as the general attitude towards life. Again, we have Queen of Wands, a feisty person, confident, self assurance. So, based on this, it lets me know that you are a person that is very um, confident in yourself. Your attitude shows, as well as in your personality. All right. All right. So, we're going to proceed with card two. Card two. So card two is the Nine of Wands. We're going to go to the Nine of Wands. Keeping and maintaining boundaries, persistence is what it has here. Now, card two illustrates the problems currently inflicting whoever the reading is for. All right. I honestly feel as though right now this reading resonates with someone who may have um, someone in your life that does not respect your individuality, boundaries, very persistent. This is based on the cards. Like you do have some energies out here that doesn't take no for an answer. They don't want to hear anything, your plight or what have you. So I think just in those two cards, this is someone who may be dealing with someone who has some jealousy issues or tendencies, right? We're going to go to card three. Card three is the Two of Chalices, which essentially is the Two of Cups. It has romantic love, partnership, proposal, and marriage. Let's go to what three represents. It represents family environment, is what it mentions. So this right here lets me know that this could be potentially someone that you are in a romantic situation with. May not necessarily be a marriage. It could just very well be a relationship or um, it's some type of relationship, whether it's platonic or sexual, right? All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to proceed to card four, which is I'm going to say that would be the Knave or Knight of Wands. A lusty and free spirited person, creativity. Okay. So, one, two, three, four. Card four represents, it indicates the relationship with children, education, and preferred pastimes and pleasures. I'm going to say, based on me pulling this card here, that this person, as I mentioned, I'm going to discuss hexes, jinx, curses, generational curses, as such. This person may have um, some type of lust spirit on them. Based on me pulling this card here, this person may be played with lust, right? All right, we're going to proceed to card five. Card five has talks of travels, plans, and correspondence. which is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords indicates retreat, rest, renewal, solitude, and recovery. I think right now you need to take some time out, is what it lets me know. Whoever this reading is for, you need to take some time out for yourself because you may be dealing with somebody that drains your spirit, right? We all know those types that very clingy, very attention seeking, require so much reinforcement, so much um, appraisal, and things like that. Yes. All right. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. No, one, two, three, four, five, six. This is card six. All right. So the card six is two of cups, 10 of cups. I'm sorry. Leaving a legacy, retirement, and inheritance. Okay, so card six says give indications about the person's study companions, work colleagues, and business partners. Yeah, so I do feel as though, in relation to this here, um, you are looking towards the future is what it looks like. You are investment. I show based on the cards here that there is some concerns in regards to stability, in regards to your future. So something lets me know you're very business savvy, according to the cards. You're very business savvy. You are focused on the not just here but in the future, if that makes sense to anybody. You don't find too many people, well, you do find a lot of people that are concerned about their future and the longevity of their future, but you have many who do not, right? So that's a good thing. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Card seven, which is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords mentions heartbreak, divorce, loss, depression, and surgery. On here, seven represents profits, wealth, estate, and property. All right. So, in saying that, it does look as though potentially in the future, and this is could be the reason why you will want to invest in your future. You will want to be very savvy in terms of your monies and assets because based on the cards here, it looks as though something may come in the near future to an attack. I'm showing based on card seven in relation to wealth, property, estates, wealth. Yes, because I have Three of Swords, heartbreak, divorce, loss, depression, and surgery. So it could be something in relation to medical related, a divorce, some type of loss is what it shows me. Could be medical loss as a secondary to something health related, if that makes sense to anybody. So yes, in reference back to card six, you will want to be very aware of your assets and your monies and investments at this time. Okay, now this is coming by way of ancestors, past um, ancestral past life readings, right? Because we know in life there's a cycling in life, right? And to be a psychic or a medium or an astrologer, numerologer, um, are those who are able to see the cycles and the patterns in life, right? Um, so we're going to proceed to card eight, which is the 10 of Pentacles. Even though it has a one there, it's actually the 10 of Pentacles. So it says Uh, did I just not read that? Leaving a legacy, retirement, and inheritance. Yes. So this is what I feel as though your ancestors are wanting to make you conscientious about. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Card 8 talks of love, sexuality, marriage, sentimental relationships. All right, so something lets me know that lust spirit that we spoke about here with this card here, the Knight of Wands, is your investment, is what it lets me know, into your future. Contributions to society and humanity is basically um what I'm picking up. That is me leaving a legacy in my retirement and inheritance, but it also takes financial stability as well, assets, something tangible that can stay long lasting, if that makes sense. All right, so we're going to proceed. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Card 9, 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles says ill health, poverty, worry, isolation, financial loss. Um, Card 9, according to here, talks of health, illness, and psychophysical energy. So I honestly feel as though you have to be, whoever this reading resonates with, you have to be very careful because it continues to mention about health, poverty, worries, isolation, and financial loss. So I think what source is wanting to convey to you, I feel as though I'm speaking to someone who has multiple children, is what I feel like. I get the sensibility of someone who has multiple children and don't see the reverence or any issue with having multiple children. Yes, you are contributing to humanity and mankind, but it does take having access in relation to having multiple children, right? Um, and so this is what I feel as though the message that is being conveyed at this particular time in regards, and I'm not judging you for having multiple children. I mean, that's your choice, but I do feel as though, um, based on the cards, you have to be very careful, right? You have to be very conscientious of certain things, right? Because I think revelation is coming to you about how life truly works. All right, so 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go to card 10. Card 10 is Pentacles. So this reading is mainly Wands, which has a lot to do with life force, as well as Pentacles, which has a lot to do with um, physical, monies, things of that nature. Again, card 10 is the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles mentions giving or receiving help, generosity. Let's go to card 10. It indicates material and spiritual ambitions. So I do feel as though you're a generous person. I do feel as though um, by the acts of generosity, favor will come for you, is what I feel. Remain focused on doing the right thing, and blessings will come to you, is what it lets me know. But ultimately, we still want to focus on in the event that it don't, right? Because we all will have a dry spell, 7 days, 7 years of what harvest, 7 years of drought. So we have to prepare for the bad. We got to take the bad along with the good because that's just the reality of how life works. All right, so we're going to proceed with card 11. Card 11. This is card 11. As I mentioned, wands is all over this reading. all over this reading. And again, ones has a lot to do with creativity. You could very well be a fire sign. Whoever this reading resonates with, you could potentially be a fire sign. And why is that? Because according to my cheat sheet here, um, ones aligns with fire, which is creativity. So I do believe that you are a creative person. Like you can get yourself out of a situation. Like if you know, stuck between a rock and a hard place, so to speak, you have that ability to adapt, more or less like a chameleon. But there may be situations where that may not be feasible, right? So we want to make sure we have plan A, B, and C. And the other additional cards, 3 cards, are actually A, B, and C. So these are fire signs. You could very well be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, according to this here, because I have wands primarily over this reading. Or you could actually be an earth sign as well. Because second to the wands is I'm going to say it's the pentacles. The pentacles are earth signs. So the earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. More than likely, you are a fire sign, potentially an earth sign, based on the reading. Okay. All right. So we did the 9 of Wands. Is that the 9 of Wands or 6 of Wands? I'm getting myself discombobulated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So let's make sure we turn this right. This is actually the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Pentacles. Yes. 6 of Pentacles. All right. So that is card 10, card 11, which is actually the 6, and I had it turned upside wrong. The 6 of Wands for card 11. We just did 10. Now we're doing card 11. The 6 of Wands. Victory, award, recognition, good news, and success. That's what it mentions here. Card 11 represents relationship with institutions, with the law and religion. So something lets me know that you are a very, very religious person. You could very well be a religious figure, if that makes sense to anybody. Um, and it indicates that you are a law-abiding person based on these cards. Um, and you are successful. You are. Um, Now let's proceed with card 12, which is the last card of the Shin's Eye. I refer to this as an eye because um, the way the cards are positioned. All right, so card 12, which is the last card of the Shin's Eye, it's the 8 of Wands. Speed, action, quick change, news arrives. Represents your friends, acquaintances, and occasional contacts with people. So, what does that mean? Well, just put it this way. Although you're a good person, a law-abiding person, we all will be tested in this life experience. I'm not speaking any curses on you. I do feel as though, and when I say you, this is actually to a couple. So you is a representation of whoever is in that partnership, right? All right. So it goes for whoever is in a marriage. So when I speak interchangeably, it could be for the spouse one or spouse two. I could be gender neutral when I speak about marriages and things of that nature. Okay. One of you has a lust spirit on you, is what I feel. A lustful spirit. I feel as though you have multiple children, whoever this reading resonates with. I'm going to say at least five, based on the cards. Five, I get six a couple of times. So it could be it could resonate with someone with six children or even 10 children. I get six twice in this reading. I get 10 twice in this reading. So I'm going to say someone who has between 6 and 10 children. That's what I'm going to say. All right. All right. So we're going to proceed with card A, B, and C. And I'm actually going to use the guide. Because last week I spent all that time trying to use the guide. And I said, you know what? And it went the better of an hour for my ancestral past life reading, over an hour. I said, no, that's too much. We're not going to do that this time. We're just going to proceed to use my cheat sheet for the actual Shin's eye, and then we will proceed with using the actual Egyptian tarot guide for card A, B, and C. That's sensible to me, right? All right, so let's go up to the major arcana cards. That's what I'm going to do. All right. So the first of the major arcana card is the Empress card. Now, when I get the Empress cards, my own personal flair is that it's a representation of what? A representation of meteor or monitoring spirits. That's my interpretation of the Empress card. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull up another guide so I can get back to what card A, B, and C represents. All righty. All right. So the Empress card indicates elements that are favorable to you. What are some things that are favorable to you? Well, the Empress card, G equals 3 and expresses supreme power in the divine world, balanced by eternally active intelligence and absolute wisdom. In the intellectual world, it is the universal, the quantity of being. In the physical world, it is nature at work, the seed of the actions that blossom from will. The Arcana 3 is portrayed by the image of a woman seated in the center of a radiant sun. She is crowned with 12 stars and her feet rest on the moon. She personifies universal fecundity. The sun is the emblem of creative power. The star crown symbolizes with the number 12, the houses of or stations that this heavenly body travels from year to year around the zodiac at circle. They have so many extra words. It's just, oh my gosh. This woman, celestial, Isis, or nature, holds a scepter surmounted by a globe. This is a sign of her perpetual action on things that have been or will be born in. Her other hand, she holds an eagle, symbol of the heights a spirit can rise to. The moon placed under her feet portrays the inferiority of matter and the domination by the spirit. Remember, O son of earth, that to affirm what is true and want what is already to create. To affirm and want the contrary means to devote oneself to destruction. If the arcana 3 is shown among prophetic symbols, all right. I'm not going to go into all of that because it just is a lot of storytelling. But what I will do is go ahead and hit the positive. Um, so I'm going to read the positive aspects of this because it says the positive card A is the positive, is what we're going to read. Intelligence, understanding, beneficial influence, action, initiative, divine nature, fertility, authoritative, but polite person, resolving help, abundance, complete success. So I just mentioned this, that I feel as though you are a good person at heart. I do feel that way. I'm not going to read the negative. However, card B is to the contrary. So this is getting to the realism of what is going on with you, the person that's being read. All right, so card, this is the High Priestess card. This is the unfavor, contrary. I'm actually going to read the negative parts of this reading. That's what I'm going to read. I honestly feel as though, based on this card here, um, something lets me know I'm speaking to a male. However, whoever you are in a relationship with, it's to the contrary. This high priestess person, that love spirit could very well be a representation of the personality of your mate, if that makes sense. All right, so I'm going to read the negative of this high priestess card. It mentions presumption, ignorance, egoism, evil intentions, immorality, nastiness, hate. Those are some very strong emotions based on these cards. Very strong emotions is based on what I have here. Um, let's proceed to card C. All right, so what is card C? Well, it has the number 4 there. All right, so the Emperor card. Let's proceed to the Emperor card, or let's proceed to card C. It represents the final synthesis of the horoscope. That's what it mentions. Okay, so the outcome. Oh, the Emperor. So I will read both the positive as well as the negative. So the positive mentions intelligence, understanding beneficial influences, action, initiative, divine nature, fertility, authoritative but polite person, resolving help, abundance, complete success. The negative mentions stupidity, error, indecision, lack of lucidity, vanity, frivolity, waste, sterility, enable inability to create concrete and tangible things. I'm going to say that whoever this reading resonates with, you may be in a situation with someone who has a little bit of jealousy, but it's not that apparent if that makes sense. Like it comes and it goes. They could be very deceptive. Something I feel traumatic has happened to them. And I'm not trying to excuse bad behavior, I'm not. But I honestly feel as though it comes and it goes ever so often, where there may be like Portuguese like or childish like activities or behaviors. Yes. And I honestly feel as though this person is manipulative and they control you by way of their actions based on the cards. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go ahead. So again, I do feel as though there is a, I do feel as though there is a lust spirit attached to you and potentially your mate. I do. We will all feel lust. I mean, that's not to be ostracized or demonized, but I think it's a demonic sexual attachment is what I feel. Let's go ahead and I'm going to pull out my pendulum before I end in the next 10, maybe 15 minutes. Let's pull out my pendulum. I'm trying to get a little bit more acclimated with my pendulum. Okay. So whoever this reading resonate with, I have somebody in mind, but I'm not going to say because I'm not at liberty to put anybody's business out there because I don't know you. Okay. But is this person under a Jezebel or sex demon? Yes or no? Okay. Is spouse one the husband? I do it this way. All right. Let's hold it taut. All right. Is the husband under a sex demon? Okay, based on here, it seems as though the husband is under a sex demon. Let's a lustful spirit. All right. Now, is the wife under a lust spirit? Yes or no? Okay, so it's spinning around. No. All right. I'll go with that then. The husband is under a, according to this, the husband is the one that's under the lust spirit, and the woman is not. The wife is not. All right. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and let's get a little bit more of past life history. Again, this podcast and YouTube channel is for entertainment purpose. I'm not at liberty to state who I'm speaking about. Okay. I don't know your personal life, and I really don't care to know your personal life. And that's not being nasty. I'm just being, some people, when they feel as though they're being judged, they will react unfavorably. Like if they feel as though you're spying on them and let me make sure these are upright before I proceed. But if they feel as though you're spying on them or you're judging them or you trying to ostracize them and things like that, you got some people out here, they will harm you or at least attempt to, or at least try to defame your character, if that makes sense to anybody. I'm not out here trying to defame anybody's character because I got my own things to worry about. Um, it's the point. All right, so let's. All right, so let's go ahead and let's proceed And how do I know it is in reference to somebody? Because, I watch, social media, YouTube, different platforms and what have you. And oftentimes it's like somehow may resonate with this particular person, right? But that's not my place to put it out there because I don't know you from Adam, as the saying would goes. All right, so let's proceed. Let's proceed. Let's get a little bit of more past life. So it does appear that one or both parties have a lust spirit. According to the pendulum board, it's coming from the spouse, the spouse one, the husband. Is what it's coming from. Let's pull out three of these. But I do get, in terms of the wife, I do get a little bit of, based on this high priestess card, anger. I'm sorry, anger. Native American. That may be significant. You could very well be Native American. You could be African American. I do consider African American the same as Native American, native to these lands. Or you could be someone that stayed close by Native American, reserve or something of that nature. But that's what I pull up. I get medicine man or woman. So something lets me know that you are someone that is belief in herbs and natural things. You're not big on traditional, conventional medicines or health systems. Authority figures here. Um, Based on this here, authority figures. Again, I think this reconvenes what it mentioned about you're a law-abiding person, as well as religious person. But I honestly feel as though there is some type of duality, similarly to Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of energy is what I feel. As I mentioned, negative energy, Portuguese activity can be very deceptive. Those type of energies, yeah, it may appear to be one way, but get them out of their element and it will present itself. And I think this is the case with this situation, with this couple. All right, so we're going to do a 4 card with my Uncover Your Past Life Oracle. What is going on with this high priestess that is not in agreement with the other partner or spouse or what have you? I don't think there's anything that will cause one to want to leave the marriage, but I do feel as though it's concerning in regards to ability. I get jealousy. I get jealousy there based on the cards. Get jealousy. Something lets me know it's a jealous energy. Is what I feel. A jealous energy. All right, let's go ahead. Let's pull out. Yes. Jealous energy. Okay. You know what? I keep getting the court or what have you, but I just pulled this card here. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. I didn't want to go there because I don't want to be negative, but I have to read it as it may. I honestly feel as though this person potentially wants to get away from this situation secretly, but yet they haven't come forthright and let you know. Like they do it in subtle ways, if that makes sense to you. You know how oftentimes you may be in a because I know what that's like to be with someone and because they're angry about, the dynamics in life, and instead of just leaving, they use you as a punching bag. Or, well, I haven't been used as a punching bag, but I'm just saying figuratively or metaphorically. um like, I'm angry and I'm upset and I feel with rage or jealousy, and I want to refrain you from having anything because that's how I feel about society or life. So when I get mad, I just do whatever to release that anger so I can feel better. I think this is a situation that is going on in this particular, I don't know what to call it. It could either be a marriage, a relationship, or whatever, common law, whatever you want to refer to it as. So I think that's what's going on with this. A little bit of tit for tat, Portuguese type of childish energy. Right. I show court here. So I don't know if it's actually a domestic situation, like perhaps or potentially there has been some domestic, a little bit of domestic violence that have occurred. However, we are in an area which I show is potentially in a rural area where they sweep it under the rug. But yes, I get court here. Okay. On the back end, it mentions um separated by distance. See, it shows court here, but on my end says separated by distance, love. So could it could it actually be a case where the one parties was a city person and somehow they was pulled away from their domestic city, like what I'm comfortable and used to some areas where um more or less like a good old boys type of um scenery. Yes. Get early middle ages time frame. Now I do know that, and I get tribe here. Yes. Right. I understand that, the different middle ages that we learn about in history in high school, but I'm going to equate this to age range, early middle ages. So you could very well be in your early 50s, is what I'm gathering. This is not no young couple. This is somebody in their early 50s, I feel, based on the cards. And the reason why I'm reconvening that because it put the scheme in my mind about actual time frame. I get exile trauma. Yeah, so, and I have bodyguard on the back end. Yeah, something lets me know potentially the authority figures could very well be court, oversight of court, as to why you will move someone who's used to city dwelling into areas where it's very rural and not too many spaces or places, right? Okay. This is the next card I get here. Proletariat. What is that? I've never heard that word before. We're going to look this up. On the back, it says Age of Discovery. Age of Discovery. Something lets me know some secrets behind the scene. I don't know, and I'm not at liberty to say because again, that's not my business. What you do is your business, but mhm. Let's look and see what this word means. Workers or working class people regarded collectively. Yeah, this lets me know this is somebody who's, like they would say, a blue collar worker or hard worker. That's what I feel. Um, Something lets me know that you're set in your ways. Very set, traditional in your ways. And Hear me well. It's nothing wrong with that. But when it gets to be abusive, I think it is something to take note of, right? You have to be very careful with a lot of these with abuse and dealing with abuse and battered women syndrome and things of that nature. It's very, very tricky. I think it's institutionalized, if you want my honest opinion. What does that mean? I think you have many who do these things and they cover for each other, is what I feel. You have to be very, very careful when you're dealing with demonic spirits. I'll just be honest about it. And when you're dealing with demonic spirits, the ones that's supposed to be to protect are oftentimes the ones that are what? Doing it. So that's a food for thought, words to the wise, to those who sell of one's souls for fame and fortune. How life truly works. And I'm not saying this to be nasty to anybody. I'm not. I'm just giving a reality, real life um, sensibility about how life works, right? All right. So again, this podcast YouTube channel is for entertainment, information, and sometimes educational purposes. So if you're wanting to book a reading, you can go on my calendar on calendly.com/magic mind medium. I'm sorry, I'm tongue tied. All right. So until then, have a safe and wonderful day.